A reading from my book, again, Some Hope for the Holidays. There you go. This is entitled, I Was Talking with God the Other Day. I was talking with God the other day, and so I asked him, can you tell me about the resurrection? And he said, what's there to tell? It's all in the book. You mean the Bible? Of course, the Bible. Where else? I waited a moment in an uncomfortable silence, and then he spoke again. It's hard for you to accept that, isn't it? Frankly, it is. For us here on earth, there is no bigger or darker questions in our minds than the one about dying. It sometimes hangs over our head like the proverbial sword of Damocles, leaving us to wonder just when it will fall, and when it does, what will happen? There was that silence again. And as I waited, I became acutely aware of the beating of my own heart. It was the only sound I heard. After what seemed like an hour, though it was only a matter of a few minutes, God spoke. Do you hear that? Hear what? Your heart beating. Yes, I replied, I do. Well, he said, do you remember last year when that same heart was in serious trouble? I'll not soon forget it. They tell me I could have died. It was a scary situation, to say the least. Now that I'm on the other side of all that, I feel like I've been given, rather, you've given me a second chance. Exactly. A second chance, God continued. So if you believe that I believe in giving second chances, why would a resurrection be such a big deal for me? I can see how it's not easy to look at it that way from where you're standing, but try looking at it through my eyes. Defying death is simply the ultimate second chance. My way of saying I will have the final word, and that word is love. For a moment, I didn't know what to say. You make it sound so simple, so matter of fact. For me, it is a matter of fact, but for my creation, it is a mystery. And make no mistake, I do recognize that. But that is where faith comes in, which is another conversation altogether, isn't it? I smiled to myself. That's the gospel truth, I said. I think God must have smiled too. Indeed it is, my friend. I sat there for several more minutes, doing my best to absorb what he had said, making slight progress. His voice broke the silence. Don't be discouraged if you don't get it right away. It takes a lifetime to learn most of life's most important lessons. That's what living is for. But by the way, how's that heart doing? Well, I said, I'm getting better every day, but then you should know that. Yes, I do. Once again, it was very quiet. Only this time the silence didn't bother me. And as I listened to the sound of my beating heart, I couldn't help but get a little misty. The tears were tears of gratitude. God spoke once more. Happy Easter, George. I nodded. Happy Easter, Father. This was written in the year 2000 after my first open heart surgery. Happy Easter, folks.